Hi, guys. Welcome to the Simple Doesn't Mean Easy podcast. We are here twice a week, Mondays, and then a very short 5-minute episode on Fridays, working at simplifying things in our lives, one day at a time, one simple step at a time. And today it's one simple product at a time. I'm continuing from last Friday when we talked about hair shampoo and conditioner and how they can be so toxic and what we can do to improve the quality of the cleaners we're using for our hair. And today, if you're watching on YouTube, you're like, what the heck is Michelle doing? I just washed my hair and right now it's all wrapped up in a towel. So I'm going to walk you through what I do for my hair gels and my hair oil. But before I do that, let me just remind you, we talked about this last Friday, that most hair products, almost all of them, except for the ones that are specifically clean, they contain endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors are hormone disruptors. They are man-made chemicals that interfere with our body's complete hormonal system because they mimic the natural hormones and they wind up binding to our hormone receptors. And this prevents the actual hormones that need to get messages throughout our body from doing their job. They can't send the correct message and they're not able to regulate our bodily functions. And it leads to so many health problems. In fact, maybe I should do an episode just on endocrine disruptors because it is absolutely crazy. But suffice it to say for now, you want to avoid them. The endocrine system of our body's it's our body's whole communication messaging system. And even very small ways that gets changed. I'm trying to do my hair gel and talk at the same time, and I'm proving I can't do that. Anything that changes the endocrine communication system, it really creates a significant impact in our health. So hair gel was something that was very hard for me to find. I have very curly hair and it's also very frizzy hair. And it was just really hard. I almost gave up finding something that worked well, especially in humid summer weather. But I have found some products that I'm going to share with you that I really love. This one is the hair gel. I will put links to all of these in the show notes. If you're not watching on YouTube, don't worry. Everything's there in the show notes. Actually, if you go to solelyrested.com/ what is the page? I should have looked that up. Pooey, is it non-toxic? I think. Here's Michelle using up her 5 minutes looking up the page that I should have already known. Stick with me, guys. Trust me, I want to show you these products and I really think you're going to love them. But I also want to tell you where you can go if you don't have the show notes access. Yes, solelyrested.com/ non-toxic. Everything we're talking about is going to be there. solelyrested.com/ non-toxic. Okay, you don't need much of this gel. If you're watching on YouTube, you see. If you're not, I would say it's about a dime's worth. And this is what I put right on the roots of my hair to give it it allows it to build up. And most importantly, it keeps down the crazy frizziness of curly hair. But I just need it there at the roots, but all over at the roots. And then this is defining cream. This is a heavier cream. You might be able to tell if you're watching on YouTube. It's a little heavier. Well, actually, now that I said that, it does a heavier job, but it is a little runny. But it feels heavier in my hands. This goes on the ends of my hair. Now, typically, you know what? I'll just do it. I will bend down to get this through the bottom well, because I really want this all through the bottom. I'm sorry if the sound quality is awful if you're not watching this on YouTube, because I'm moving all around to show you how I put this in. And then scrunching it is very important if you have curly hair. These products are amazing for all hair types. So don't feel like this is just a curly hair kind of thing. This gel and this defining cream, well, the gel is for all hair types. This particular defining cream is for it's called Super Curl. So there are other ones available for non-curly hair. And then the final product I want to show you is oil, even hair oil, which is something so simple. Zero need for anything toxic in it. If you're not getting a clean version, it most likely has endocrine disruptors. Insane. Why they put chemicals when they don't need to, but they do. But this is not something I use all the time. This is something I use maybe once a week, and only in the summer or when it's humid outside. I just squirt some in my hands, and then I just do sections, and I only do the bottom of my hair. This keeps the frizzy, crazy bottom level stuff that if you have curly hair, you know what I'm talking about. It keeps that from happening. And it just gives a really good needed oil to the brittle, dry hair, especially when things are humid and it's going frizzy. So there you have it. And that, like I said, I do maybe once a week, and I don't do it in the winter. Well, that's not true. Sometimes in the winter, my hair does feel really brittle because we have dry heat. We use a wood stove to heat. So even in the winter, now that I think about it, I will occasionally, just not as often, put on some oil. But all three of these products are non-toxic, whether you check these out. And by the way, check out the coupon code over there as well, soullyrested.com/non-toxic. But whether you use these or something else, just make sure, do your research and make sure you're not putting endocrine disruptors on your hair and into your scalp. So that's it for today. Next Friday, we'll talk about skincare and some of your options and how you can have really good skincare in next Friday's episode. Thanks for listening, guys. Remember, it's easy to forget how blessed we are to live this life. So enjoy the simple, everyday efforts. It's not easy, but it's a good life.